What's up, boys? Welcome to the fucking channel, boys. Long process in the making. Long process in the making. Fuck, that shit got me tired. So let me tell you what the fuck this channel is gonna be about. Content wise for my channel is just my day trading, gym content, and lifestyle. And so for the most part, it's gonna be day trading, because this me documenting this is also mainly for me, because I wanna be able to see where I went wrong in every trade, where I could have done better in every trade, and how I could fix or tweak up my setup, right? Where I went wrong, what I could have done better, you know. And I'm not gonna say that I'm the best fucking trader, because nowhere near that. I'm a fucking noob. I know that I can do this. I know I can do it because I've seen people overcome things more difficult. But if you come from an immigrant family, say your parents are first generation immigrants and they came to this country, I guess you've seen the struggle, right? And you've seen how hard it is to go for something or nothing to something. And luckily, I was blessed enough to have parents that came here and they were able to do something. And obviously that's not the case for a lot of people. Yeah. And then there's no shame in that, you know, like it's hard out here. It's nothing fucking easy. But seeing my dad be able to go from coming here mojado to leveling up and being his own boss, dude, that just triggers something in my brain that makes me say, why can't I? You know? Why can't I do something? Why can't I do something more than him? With the resources that I have have everything I need to be the next big fucking thing. Understand? It's gonna get a little personal too, because this video is for me in the future. I lost my mother around 11 years old, and so I had to learn without her, right? But I remember as I was younger, growing up, she would tell me about how life was back in Mexico, and how she had to struggle when she was younger, and how she always just wished that she could give all her kids the world. And like obviously she always told us that she wanted us to succeed. And I remember like she would even like tell us we can't stay under our dad forever, right? And it's true. You have to branch off, you have to do your own thing. Or you can stay with the family business, obviously. And that's a whole other fucking story. But I'm not comfortable with just being stuck in one bubble, if that makes sense. I want to be able to expand, and me having the opportunity to know English, to learn it since I was young, to speak it fluently, speak Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? A lo mejor sí estoy jodido en el español un poquito, solo un poquito, papi, pero sí lo puedo hablar, pues. Can't get it to a level where my dad got it past. What the fuck am I doing, right? It is our responsibility to make sure that the sacrifice that our parents made does not go to vain. I know a lot of people, especially like around my age group, that they just don't care. You know, they've already ruined their lives. They've already made it hard for themselves to be able to do something with their lives, obviously. And I'm not gonna say that they're not going to, but it's the truth. Like, it's gonna be harder. And I just can't. I remember when I was in middle school, I was with a bad group. I wasn't the best person. But it's all about if you're able to detach yourself from those group of people, and you're able to do something else with your life. Don't look at this and be like, oh, stupid ass nigga. Like that shit don't even. Like, I'm not even using it. But I'm a strong believer that don't let what your parents did go too fucking vain, because they didn't leave their family for you to just go smoke weed and do nothing with your fucking life, for you to just go drink and party and not do anything. They left their family so you could have a better life and have a chance that they didn't. And if you're the child of an immigrant and you're just sitting on your ass all day, do something about it, nigga. Because you're not going to be able to fucking rely on them forever. One day they will be gone. And I'm telling you that from experience. But moving on, moving past that. The reason I want to become a trader, or is I will become a trader, is because I don't believe in having someone else decide my future. I want to be able to decide, and obviously I could have gone a bunch of different routes, but when I talk about it and I do it, the feeling it gives me is unmatched. I can't describe it. I can't compare it to anything else. It's really unmatched. And I know it's more than that. I know it's more than just the feeling it gives you. But that's the reason I'm making these videos, because I want to start documenting my trades. I want to start documenting how it's going, how it's been, and like what the future will hold, obviously. And I feel like this is a good way to do it, because I will be able to look back on it, and I'll be able to see where I went wrong with my trades and whatnot, and see how I could have done better, alongside with just being able to see my growth as a person. Because I do feel that trading can make you a better person, or can make you a worse person. It just depends on how you let it control you. If you're able to build your discipline and learn how to trade, you can do anything in the fucking world. Like that's just the truth. Because, dude, everything's gonna be hard. Whether you're starting a construction business, whether you're learning how to be an esthetician, whether you're learning how to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything is gonna be fucking hard. So just do it. Time is gonna pass. What is you letting time fly by doing for you? That's a question you should ask yourself. What is time flying by doing for you? Because I'll tell you the answer is fucking nothing. It's just flying. And you're sitting there doing absolutely nothing with your life. And that's not how you should be. Life is more than just sitting on your ass all day at home. There's a world out there to explore. And if you don't have the ambition to be out there and to grow, then fine by me. Go do whatever the fuck you want to do. But me as a person, I want to get somewhere in life that it wasn't even fathomable when I was younger. But growing up and seeing everything my family has accomplished, I know it's fucking possible. I know I can get to where I want to get to. It's just going to take time, but I will get there. I don't plan on sticking to this YouTube shit. But if I can grow something out of it, then I will. And I also want to take a moment to really recognize something. And that's the Lord and Savior himself. Because I won't lie to you, I'm absolutely not the best when it comes to religion. I struggle at praying sometimes. I struggle in talking to him and confiding in him. I struggle in reading the Bible sometimes. And it's not good, it's absolutely not good. But I can't see myself going into and focusing on trading without focusing on him. It just can't be. He is number one only. And if you can't see it like that in anything you do, then it's just not going to work out. Because without God by your side, I don't believe that you can do anything. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's fucking bullshitting. No, I'm not. Just because I'm not a heavy talker in it doesn't mean I don't believe. I no, I'm not gonna say that I don't pray. Obviously, I pray. I'm not gonna say that I don't read my Bible. Or maybe I'll read a scripture or two, but that's about it. But there's just things I can work on, and I will work on. But with time, it's all about it. That's all it's about. Time, 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 time. And I can't stress it enough. I cannot. One thing I also want to talk about is like what inspired me to kind of like take this leap and starting to film myself and starting to show y'all like a little bit of my lifestyle. I've known about trading for around 1.5 years. A year and a half, my bad. So I'm pretty new. Not too new, but I'm new. And I say around 6% of that time, or six months of that 1.5 year, I probably wasn't doing anything. I was a sophomore in high school. I was really young, and I had just learned about it. And well, obviously, when you're young, you don't care as much, you know. But even then, I did see the possibilities that it can bring. I saw the possibilities, and so I never fully like let go of it. I always had it just in the back of my head. Like I never let go of the thought of it. And even then I would go on to the charts. I would like just play around a little bit, just look around like and watch. I would watch some like people on YouTube, but not too much because obviously like a lot of those people are just fucking dickheads. And I didn't really feel like wasting my time with that. Hold on. And so yeah. So I just would watch some videos every once in a while. Obviously I would get some TikTok videos, and that would keep my mind a little like fresh of what I learned when I had first started. Yeah, the summer around junior year. We are going into junior year because I remember I have a friend. His name is Hugo, and big props to him. He's a big reason why I've stuck to it, because I know, because I've seen it from him. I've seen it be possible to go from non-profitable to profitable, and so he's been a big inspiration for me. And so I remember one time he had sent me a snap, because you know how Snap, they have streaks and shit. He sent me one, and it was him on the charts. And I told him, I was like I be trying it, but I really just can't learn anything because I don't know where to start. And I remember one video he sent me was a TGR bootcamp video, the very first bootcamp he had ever filmed. And I remember it was like a year old, and I was like, fuck it. It was already outdated, but it taught me the fundamentals. It taught me the fundamentals of ICT, and that's all I needed to get started. Because without the fundamentals of ICT, like for me, I just wasn't gonna learn shit. I was just on the charts, fucking being a dumbass, and just clicking buy and sell, because I was already on paper trading, right? And so I remember, I started watching the bootcamp video. Obviously, I learned a little bit, and then I stayed consistent throughout junior year. I would trade during AM session because I would get up early, obviously, already because I had school. I would be in first block by the time New York AM session opened. And I would be able to trade. And I won't lie, throughout that time, I didn't take my time learning, and that's where I fucked up, because I immediately jumped into the trades. I think I bought my first funded account like 2 months after I entered the junior year. And I'm like that's just not good. I didn't give myself time to learn any of the concepts fully, not learn none of the confluences, nothing. Like I was just a fucking brainless bird. Like I was fucking stupid. And I won't lie, I think I spent around like $2,000 to $3,000 like throughout the senior or junior year on just like funded accounts, just because I just didn't care. And well, I thought I had all the time in the world, and well, obviously that's not true. And so I remember I had reached like the $3,500 mark, because I was keeping track of how much I was spending, and I said I can't keep doing this. because at that point I was doing pretty bad financially. Oh, you're a fucking sophomore in high school, like it doesn't matter. And like, no, me, like I grew up getting paid. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I grew up going to work with my dad and having money on me at all times. And like me, it felt like gambling. Like I dead ass was like it felt like I was adapting to a gambling addiction. Like it was so bad. But like I grew from it. Like I stepped back and I told myself, I'm not doing anything. I'm not learning. I'm not executing correctly. I'm just wasting money. And I remember one thing that really hurt me was I was like one trade off from passing my evaluation and getting my funded account. Like, and I blew it because I was so greedy, bro. Like I moved my take profit. My take profit is max where I first had it at, and then it fails to reach like where I placed it the second time. And that just ruined my my mentality. Like that fucked me over really bad. And I kind of like went like crazy for a second because, dude, $3,000 just gone like that for like a sophomore in high school. That's a good amount of money. And so I stopped, and I took a break, and I'm still on the break. I'm still just using straight paper funded accounts. But I feel since then I was able to grow, and I was able to learn more, learn how to execute better, and how everything works in the market, because the market it's not something that stays the same always, you know. Obviously, like that shit changes. And so I learned to adapt, and now I feel like it's time for me to start documenting this, because I also suck at writing shit down. And when people say you should document your trades, it's completely right. You should, because if you don't document it, how the fuck are you gonna grow? And so my way of documenting is gonna be through here, recording my trades and showing y'all basically how I entered, how I felt before the trades. Okay, so this is what I will be filming myself doing in every trading video. I'll be filming myself before, while in the trade, setting up for the trade, and then after the trade, how I'm feeling, what my emotions were, and a bunch of other stuff. And we'll just go from there. Without the Lord, it's gonna be really hard to get somewhere, because having someone you can confide in and just spill everything to is the best feeling in the world. And I know, I get it. If you're not religious, you're not religious. I'm not the type of person to force it on you. But I will be learning. I will be learning, and I will be adapting, and I will become a better human as this journey goes on, because that's my main goal. That's my end goal. Become a better me. And hopefully that will happen. All I can do is wake up every day, put in the work, and just keep doing it until one day the work will pay off without me even noticing. Obviously, it's like my first time around the camera, so I was a little nervous. But yeah, it's just the beginning, boys. We'll see how this goes.